about having clarity to your goals. Now, when we talk about clarity, it doesn't mean you don't know what you want. It doesn't mean you don't have an idea of what you want to do. But we're talking about a case where you're able to have a clear understanding of how to go about it. I don't know, I can't see names here. Okay. So please, if you're joining, just drop your name and what you're expecting from today's session. I want to know if you can hear me very well and see me clearly as well. So please help me drop in the comment section if you can see me and hear me clearly. Can you see me and hear me clearly? Okay. Yeah, I've seen your name, Michael Adugu. My name is Michael Adugu. You're welcome. Welcome to the session. And please, if you can hear me, any other person name and what you expect from the program, if possible. Watching from Nsukka. Yes, welcome. Thank you so much. You're welcome to the session, and I know you're going to have an amazing time here. Yes, Samuel Charles. Samuel Charles, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's nice to have you as well. It's nice to have you here as well. I'm really glad to have you here, and it's going to be a wonderful session. I promise you, you are all welcome. So let's begin. I would like to set the notes of some things. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Dr. Oluwaseun, and I am passionate about helping people crush their goals, overcome procrastination, and remain consistent while trying to crush their goals. That is what I do, and that is something that I'm very passionate about. As you join us, drop your name and tell us what you're expecting from the program. So I already introduced myself, Dr. Oluwaseun, and of course I like to call myself an accountability coach, and also, wow, so I'm just right now because I don't really want to miss this. Wow, I understand. Thanks for joining in. Okay, can hear me very well. My video is black and white. Exactly the point. I noticed that I'm looking black and white. I don't know what the settings is. I don't know. I didn't, and when I tested during the day, it wasn't like this. It was okay. The default only will provide a countdown for the duration of the break. I don't know. Really speaking, I don't know. Choose from the. I think I'll just let it be like this because we just have to go on. Maybe against next time I work on it. So, but I never, I when I tested myself, I wasn't black and white. So I don't know why I'm black and white now, but I think we just have to go on that way. So let me get started. Now, I want to set a tone for this particular session that we are in now. I want you to know that before we start, that this is a supportive space. It's a calm and supportive space. No pressure, no judgment, just clarity and focus. That is what this session is about. Also, this session is also going to be more, it's kind of practical. It's a session, not a webinar. I'm not here to teach or talk at you. I'm here to take you through a process which by the end of the process you'll now be able to, like, what's the word, you'll be able to have a clear map of how to begin, what to start with now. I hope you're getting me. Please, if you can understand me or you're getting me, you're hearing me, I want to be interactive so I can know when. I don't want to, I don't want to be lost at any point in time. I want to be sure that you're hearing me, you're moving along with me, and I'm also, communicating with you. Now, here it is. Many a times people are not able to, crush their goals, or they fail at their goals, not because they are not ambitious. Many at times people think, this person is not ambitious. It's not ambitious, and that's the reason why it's not crushing our goals. Sometimes even you yourself might judge yourself and like, what's my problem? Every year in, year out, I will set goals in January, and then by the end of the year, if I'm looking at what have I achieved, you wonder I've really achieved nothing. Some of us already, you have things, you have goals, you have aspiration as at the beginning of this year. And by now, you're like, it's looking like confusing. You know what to do, but it's like, which one do I start first? How do I start? The moment you think about it, your brain just gets overwhelmed. Some people even burn out, they get, while they are doing, trying to crush those goals, they burn out, they fall sick, they break down, and yet they are not even able to accomplish that goal. And so you welcome to this clarity session, because as you come to this clarity session, whether your goals feel scattered, whether you have so many goals you don't know where to start, and maybe everything just look confusing to you, I want to say welcome. By the end of this session, you will have clarity. That I can beat my chest for. I usually tell people something, and I brag anytime I do a webinar, a masterclass, that my methods always work. Why? Because I use frameworks that get to the root cause of a matter. Whether I'm handling people on procrastination, or whether I'm handling on being able to be consistent, or maybe in crushing a particular goal, I always like to brag, as in I have the bragging rights. Every single person I've worked with always get results. I want to assure you that being here is not in vain. By the end of this clarity session, like I said, it's a session, not a teaching, not a masterclass. While I might talk to here and I hope you came with your pen and notes. I think I stated it. Come with your pen and notes, because you are going to be following, going to be doing exercises. It's a session. It's a session. So you're going to take one step at the other. And at the end of this webinar, or sorry, at the end of this session, you will already have a clear map. At least you'll be clear, and you have a focus as well. And you have a focus as well. So let's get started. Now, many a times we just success. Or let me give an example. Can you leave your house? You want to go somewhere. You just leave your house, enter your car, and just start driving on without having a destination in mind and hoping that you end up in an amazing place. Will you do that? Most likely not. Let's even say you're leaving the house and you have mind to go to like 5 places. You need to get to the pharmacy or the supermarket. You need to get to pick your child in school. You also need to maybe check on a friend. Will you just get up and enter the car and say, "Ah, okay, where are we going now?" Say, don't worry, as we are going now, we'll be figuring it out. You may figure it out, but you waste a lot of time and fuel, right? But most often than not, you will not leave your house without having a particular direction. You will not having that, okay, I will go to the supermarket first, after which I will now branch to the hospital. After my hospital visit, then I will go and see my friend, then come back home. That is a direction. And that is someone who has a clear idea of what wanting, in that journey. Even sometimes you put into factor, will there be traffic? Which road will be clearer for me? But when it comes to our goals, many of us take it, we do the same thing that we wouldn't do with ourselves on a normal day. Just jump into the car and keep going. Because sometimes you just say, I want to be successful. I want to make money. And sometimes you think that that's a goal. As much as it sounds so good, the problem is that your brain does not know what to do with that. And that's the reason for this clarity session. Your brain does. So if at the moment you don't even know, as in your goal is that vague, even though I'm hoping that you already know what your goals are, but to be able to focus and have clarity. But just in case you don't even have a clear goal, you just, I want to be successful. I want to be successful is a wish. It's a dream life you want. I want more money. It's amazing, but your brain does not know what to do. So it does not know where to start. So at that time, you're not even, you can't say you're an achiever, because you don't even have your goals defined yet. You're more or less like a dreamer. But being a dreamer is not bad, because dreams come true, but they come true through goals that are clearly stated and it through goals that are clearly stated. Like I said, for example, instead of I want more money, you can say, hey, I want an increase of 100,000, whether naira or dollars every month. That is a clear goal. That's a clear and specific goal. I want to be successful. How? You have to be very, very clear about it. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight is not a goal. How much weight do you want to lose? Now, this is just, I'm saying this for those who don't even have a clear goal, so that at least you know how to set your goals clearly. It has to be measurable. It has to be measurable. I hope you're still seeing me. Can you still hear me, please? If you can still hear me, let me hear I can hear you. Let me see I can hear you in the comments, so I know you can still hear me. So your goals have to be measurable, clean and clear. See, in the past, before I learned my lessons, you know the usual thing now, at the beginning of the year, you write your resolutions, you write your wishes, like almost like a prayer list. I want this, I want that, I want that. Now, two things happened. There are a couple of one particular time I stumbled on one of those notes that I wrote how many years, more than like 10 years ago, that I wrote down my desires. I saw that of 2 different years. And the first year, I noticed that majority of the things I wrote did not come to pass that year. Then I saw that of another year when I realized that almost everything that I wrote, came to pass. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you. Um, Came to pass that particular year. Then I asked myself, what did I do different this year that most of my wishes didn't come to pass, or what of the things I wrote down didn't come to pass? And this second year that things started working out for me. So I realized that the year that majority of what I wrote came to pass was that one, I wrote them very clear. I was no more writing, I want to be successful. I was no more writing, I want to have more money. No, I began to be specific about it. Or even as a student, you might say, I want to pass, I want to have good grades, I want to pass well. That is not a desire. That is not a goal. It is a desire. Now you want to pass well. What do you want to have? I want to have A's in this course. I want to have at least 70%. Now you begin to be very clear. Now I realized that when I could clearly specify my goals. Sometimes you have plenty goals, and don't worry, if you have so many goals and you're confused how to start, I'm going to use a framework to help you know what to start with and what is most important. But like I said, I can't start showing you which goal is most important if you don't even have a goal, and what you have is a dream or just a wish, which is not bad. I like to tell people that I delight in making and seeing your dreams come true. Why? Because a dream can be converted into a goal, which will now be broken down and can now be executed. So I hope that from this little thing I've explained, you can understand what it means to have a clear goal and not just wishes. Now, there are difference between dreamers and an achiever. One, a dreamer have wishes, but an achiever have systems. Remember I said that year that I noticed that majority of the things I wrote came to pass was that one, I was clear about it. Two, I took specific steps towards them. I had clear systems towards them, and I put systems in place that will make me consistent. Number two, dreamers have vague goal. I gave you an example. I want to be successful. I want more money. That's not clear. Achievers create crystal clear goal and action plan. And you'll be going out with one today. Dreamers wait for motivation. Achievers build habits that don't require it. And that's where consistency comes in. The good news is, if you've been a dreamer before now, you haven't been clear, or you have goals that you're not clear about, clarity is a skill you can learn. And that's exactly what we are doing today. Clarity is something you can learn. And I don't want to talk too much. Like I said, it's a practical session. So pick your pen and your paper right now. I hope you're ready. Are you ready? If you're ready, tell me in the comment section, I am ready, so that I can kick off. I hope you're with your pen. If you don't have your pen, quickly get it, because you really, really need this now. And while you're getting your pen, or I'm doing this on YouTube. I'm doing this on YouTube, and on a normal day, I usually used to have um other videos on goal setting, on beating procrastination, consistency, and all of that, and being able to, make your dreams come true. So time management, things in that line, productivity. If such things actually interest you, I would say subscribe to this channel while you're on it. Subscribe to it, because other contents that will be coming out will help you. But that's if things like this interest you. I don't like to have followers that, or subscribers that are inactive. So if you think that is interest you, I can tell you that you will enjoy this channel. So are you with your pen? I want to see the comment section. Are you with your pen? Are you with your paper? We are about to get to serious work. I'm waiting for your response so that I can know that you're ready. It's a session for you. It wouldn't make sense that you're not able to follow. So I'm waiting for your comments. I don't. Okay. Okay. Welcome. Okay, doctor, I can see you're welcome. So are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready with our pen? Oh yes, I see. Yes, I am ready. Awesome. Since we are ready, let's go to it. Number one is this. See, we're going to do this. Just follow me. Oh. We're going to do this in different phases. One, I'm going to do this on the face, on the level of categories. That's different categories and sector of life. And number two, I will now get even to more specific, um, more detailed. Write something. I want you to write, if you're a career person, I want you to write career. One. I want you to write business. Their categories. So, and I want you to write health. I want you to write relationship. Are you with me? Good. I want you to write your career, business, that's if you're an entrepreneur, relationship, health. I think those are the major ones. Yes, major. Because you're not going, okay, that's a relationship. Yes, relationship and family are together. Relationship and family are together. So we're going to start first with the sectors, with different sectors first. That's what we're starting with. And I just want you to do a breakdown. I want you to, in that piece of paper you have, or your notes, and if it's your phone, I want you to write down everything you want to achieve under your career. What is it? Under that your career, yes. What do you want to achieve? Under your business, your goals, your business goals, what you want to achieve. We might even separate finances from career and business, or you can put it down there. Just, I want you to write it clean and clear. I want this, I want this, I want this. Don't filter. See, don't think, am I writing the right thing? Don't worry, just keep writing. Just keep writing. And you know why? I want you to understand that this step is very important. Okay, I hope you say, don't skip this step. When you writing down does something for you. It gives you clarity. Writing down gives you clarity. Your mind cannot focus when it is cluttered. So you have to do this part very, very importantly. Are you doing that? Yes, your business, career, relationship, health. Good. So now, when you now do that, I hope your writing is, just make sure that you, when you are done, you know what? I'm going to wait for you because it's a session. You need to get by the end of this session. If you're done writing those sectors, let me know. You have your business, whatever goals you have in your business, write it out. Whatever in your health, write it down. In relationship or family, write it down. Those are your goals there. Write it down. What else again? Yes, relationship, health, business, career. Those four. Let's not go beyond that four for now. If you're done writing, just write I am done or done, finished, anything. Just something to let me know so that I can move to the next thing you're going to do. Like I said, we're going to do it in different phases, but we are doing based on categories now. Okay. If you have any challenges, drop it in the comments too. I will explain. It's a session, remember? It's a session, remember? Anybody done? Okay. Can you still hear me? Okay, if you can still hear me, just tell me that you can hear me so that I know that we're still together. I know I'm just waiting for you to be done. Mm, okay, done. Fine. Done. So remember your health goals. For example, if you have an issue with your blood pressure, for example, you might say, okay, I want to be able to get my blood pressure to be reduced to so number. I want to be able to, if you're someone who skips your meal, under that your health, I want to be able to eat 3 times daily. I don't want to skip my meal. So you're very specific. Number three, you're someone that doesn't drink enough water. I can start saying, okay, I want to start drinking 1 cup of water every morning. Some people under that health, sleep is their problem. I want to be able to sleep properly, and which means I want to be able to sleep from 9 p.m. or 8 p.m., whatever your time is. Okay, you can hear. I'm only seeing one person replying me. Oh, that's not done. So now, between your business, health, relationship, which is also family, your current goals. Now you already know that we are dealing with something. Which sector, for example, do you think that if you are to pick only one sector and face, you know, that now just look at your list again. Which of these goals that if you achieve it, you will make the the highest impact in your life this year? Highlight it. Just one thing, oh, just one thing. Are you still with me? Okay. So I want you to write among all these sectors, you're going to drop it here. Oh. Is it your health? Like I said, we're doing sector by sector first. Is it your health? Is it your finances? Is it your career? Or is it your relationship that you know that this goal, if I'm able to get, if I do this one sector very well, it's going to affect as it's going to positively affect others. Let me give an example. For example, I'll give an example. There are some people that they can make money. How to make money is not their problem, but they don't have very strong health. I know of somebody, when I say doesn't have strong health, might not even be like sick on the bed. But she's always exhausted. Why? Because she doesn't sleep properly. She sleeps very late and wake up very early in the morning. Of course, every day and during the day doesn't sleep as well because she's busy, with one thing or the other. That kind of a life. Now the person she's always very exhausted. Somebody I worked with once, she's always very exhausted. And even though she has lots of ideas, that if I can execute this idea, I know that money will no more be my problem. Even though at that time, money was her problem, but money wasn't the major issue. Her finances wasn't the issue. She knew if she could fix her health, if she could fix her sleep rhythm, that money will no more be a problem. that money will no more be a problem. Are you getting my points now? So this is now what we talked about. Say, okay, let's get a good sleeping rhythm for you. Are you getting my points now? So in this case, the health is that one thing that now will do what? That will affect every other aspect of her life. She didn't have so much good relationship with her family. Not that she didn't have good relation, but you know when you're having to shout every time, scream at everybody, and all those things. So all those stuff is one of the things now that we realize that the health was her sleep was affecting her relationship. Her lack of sleep too was affecting her finances. So you see now that if she is to focus only on one thing, that one thing will be what? Will be to get better sleep. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? I need to see you communicating with me. Oh, that's how I know that you're with me and I know you're hearing me. Do you agree with me? I'm only seeing one person. Oh, I'm expecting our responses. Yes, thank you so much, Gabby. She said yes. So, oh yes, I agree. Thank you so much, darling signatures. Thank you so much. So, you see what I'm talking about. Now, I'm not going to ask you because I gave this example so that you understand what I am talking about. I talked about somebody whose sleep is affecting her finances, her relationship, and every other aspect of her life. So, if she fix that sleep, every other thing will fall in place. Now, I also know of somebody else whose major problem was the finances. Her finances was affecting her health, because she's worried about not having enough money. Her health was being affected. When she's calm and she's not worried about anything, her health is superb. As yes, her health is superb. So we realize that her problem now is her finances. If she fixes her finances, her relationship will improve. I knew someone that if she doesn't have money like this, yay, everybody in the house, everybody in the house are in trouble, fire. She will be shouting, she'll be cranky. But the moment she started fixing her finances, everybody enjoyed her. Her health also balanced. So I hope you're not able to get where I am getting to when I say what is that one priority? What's that one thing that if you do, that if I concentrate on this one thing, it will eventually, translate to something, to affecting the other sectors positively. So now I'm going to ask you at the beginning, number one thing I said you should do is to list out everything you want to do. Of course, I told you to do it in other categories. So you know, okay, my health is affecting this. The reason I said you should do it in categories that it will help you to remember everything. At least you can remember if you want to talk about your business goals, it's easy to list it. Your health goals, it's easy to list it. But if you want to even write everything all together, but I'm wanting your brain to get a form of orderliness. That's why I said you should do it like that. Even your relationship. Whereas some people, their relationship, either relationship with family, their emotional relationship is what is affecting other things. Finally, balance, they can't even concentrate on their career. When the relationship with family is not okay, or maybe their relationship with the husband or with family or whatever it is, when it's not sorted out, when all those disturbances are there, they can't even because they don't have mind, they can't think of making their money, even though they know how to make money, but they can't just make that money. Number two, because of that, they can't even have a good health. You see, relationship now is the major thing they want to focus on. Now, in that your category, I want you to look at the list whether your health is that priority category that feel if I can focus on this, my health, I know every other thing will balance. Oh, if I can focus on my finances, every other thing will balance. I know, especially in our country, we tend to believe that money cures everything. Money cures everything. Maybe it does, but I can tell you that money doesn't cure everything. But while it may cure some things, something might be hindering you from getting that money, right? It might not be the money itself that is your problem. So that's why we want to get to the root of it. Now that we're getting to the root of it, you have picked a priority category. Pick a priority task, just one. For example, like the example I gave before, if health is your issue, then you want to, and under that health, what is the main issue? Is your diet the issue? Is sleeping the issue? Whatever the main thing, you know that if I can achieve this goal, every other thing is settled. I want you to pick that particular one as well. Now, have you picked it? Have you making sense? Am I making sense with you guys? Are you getting clarity? Getting clarity? Is it getting clearer? Small, small. Please tell me. Let me know how it's, because I have to be sure that it's working, right? Yes, I have picked it. Good. Thank you for following. Good. Now that you have picked it, you know one thing about life, before I start talking about what next to do with it, is that you many one of the problems people have is that they want to do everything at the same time. But it's not possible. If you have 5 places to go, you can't go to the 5 at the same time. You will start with one, and then to the next one and the next one. And that is how it's done. One priority task that if you do, it will positively affect the others. And I'm glad you've already picked it. Now, this is the next thing you're going to do now. We want to make this goal, that's one task, that's goal that you have picked. We want to make it actionable. We want to make it in a way that you can take action starting today or even tomorrow. For example, if your goal is to get healthier or lose weight, you may want to start with a tiny step. Could be drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, right? Or walk 10 minutes every day. That is an action towards someone that wants to do what, remain healthy or lose weight. So we're going to get that your task, that's your priority task. We're going to bring it down. Yes, we're going to break it down into one small step you can start with. So I want you to do that for your goal. Now that you have chosen the most important, the priority, I want you to now tell yourself, what can I start now? How can I start actualizing this goal? What's that one thing I can do? One small step you can take today. Or if it's tomorrow, if something that you can take in the morning, what is that first step? What's that? Some people say, okay, I want to be knowledgeable. I want to be able to read. You can start with just one chapter. In fact, I can start with a page. But what is that small step, that first tiny step you can do with regards to that game, to that task or that goal right now? Have you thought about it? Have you thought of what you can do? If you're enjoying this, what I'm doing, you can click the like button. I've not seen anybody click the like button. I'm like, what's happening now? Please click the like button, let me know that it's making sense. Apart from commenting, let's just be doing like that. Okay. So back to business. Have you thought of, yes, thank you, I've seen on like, so, but have you really thought of what you can do? If you've gotten it, let me know. If you've not gotten it, I'll give more explanation that can help you to have something realistic. So have you thought of that tiny step you can take now? That's okay, this priority task. Don't forget your priority task. And I hope you've been writing it down, because the brain is somehow. Depending on your state of mind when you are thinking about it, if you go and sleep now, you may forget. That's why I said come with your pen and notes or your pen and paper. So I want you to write it down. I know that this session, is really practical. I know that's why people are not remembering to do the like and the rest of it. But as practical as it is, I want you to just calm down, take a deep breath, just enjoy the session, because what your dream is about to begin to get come true, and your goals are going to start being achievable. I want you to tell you something that, see, every tiny steps will beat overwhelm. Many times people find it difficult that, I cannot say I will not do this one. I must do this one. See, thank God you discovered that if you can crush this particular goal, every other thing will fall in place. And so that is what you're going to face. Now, I want to now know, I need to see it at the comment because I'm waiting for you to do it. I promise that by the end of this session, you already have clarity, have something you can start working on now. So, and that's the promise I'm fulfilling. That's why I'm not rushing. That's why I'm not teaching you for you to go back and go and do it. So, have you picked it? Let me know, please. It's like the network is somehow. Let me know if you have picked that tiny step. But this is where the work is. This is where the work is. What I mean, this is where the cocoa is. You must go away from this session with a practical step. You must. You must go with a practical step. Very important. If you don't go out with a practical step, all this thing we've done here is in vain. So that's why I'm asking again. I know some of you are still working on it, but I want to see in the comment section, just write it there. I know the network is maybe somehow, but if you're coming in and you're hearing me, have you picked that tiny step you can start? If you are dropped what your this, if you're finding it confusing to know the small step you can start now, drop whatever your task is in the comment section and I'll tell you the tiny step you can start with. I'll tell you what to start with. Like I gave an example, if that, okay, I want to be able to lose weight and you cannot go to the gym and do all. In fact, I even tell people, if you want to even start exercising, I want to exercise consistently. Start to, if it's a push-up, start with one push-up the first day. I know it sounds ridiculous, right? I know, and you would have seen people that already have this very nice body. No, start with one. The next day, add one more, two. Your body won't see it as a big deal. Your brain wouldn't see it as a big deal. So that is why we are starting. Maybe like I thought she would just tell us one big stuff that we want to do. Okay, I've seen you said business. Good. Have you decided the business you want to do, the exact business you want to do? Because, or okay, maybe you already have your business. Okay, I get the point. The question is going to be, under that business, what's the goal under the business? Have you already started the business or you're about to start? So is it that inside that business you want to make more money? How much? Are you getting my points now? Oh, I want to get more customers. I need something specific and clear, because that is what we are. If you can come out with something clear, this session would have been a success. In fact, the testimonials will be flowing now, because you already tell me how this goal you've been trying to do for how many years. You just see yourself kicking it off tomorrow. The one you can start this night, you see yourself starting it. So it has to be very clear. So the thing is, have you been able to pick, what can I do? What can I do? I want more customers. Okay, if I want more customers, what do I do? What can I start now? Okay, yes, you have picked. Okay, thank you. Who else have picked the step they need to take? Who else have picked the step they need to take? I need to be sure that you're going along. Who else have picked the step they need to take? Like that tiny action you can take. Just tell me. Okay, you know what? If you have already determined what your tiny action would be, I want to just write action. Because every plan without an action, no, your dreams is not coming true. Your goals will not be achieved. I don't need something too big. I just want you to go with at least and something you can start with today. So I want to see action in the comment section if you now know an action you want to take with respect to that priority task. I'm waiting for you, please. If it's to let me just know. See, like I told you, this is a calm, no judgment. I'm not judging anybody, and there's nobody on this show, on this session now that will judge another person, because we all need clarity. That's why we are here. Yeah, we all need that clarity. That's why we are here. So that is it. Consistent action beats waiting for motivation. You're waiting for when you do that big thing. No, forget. Just follow me. Like I already told you at the beginning, my methods always work. I can beat my chest to that. My method always work. So, oh yes, yes, I have a step to take. Awesome, awesome. I like this. I like this. So now that you know, I'm really so happy to hear that you have an action, to take. So that is your major thing. The fact that one, you've gotten clarity. Two, you now have an action to take. I really wish this was a Zoom where we could, speak face to face and you could talk. But one way or the other, I think I'm glad that we're interacting. Happy that you're getting results. So you now have that tiny action you want to take. Now, you guess one thing here. That your tiny action is an amazing, it's something you need to hold dear. I don't want you to leave here and maybe tomorrow you start having doubts. Are you sure? No, just do it. Sometimes you're like, will this make any difference? Yes, it will make a difference. It will make a difference. And that is one thing I want you to know. So I want us to do a little let's go through again what we have already talked about. Number one is that to do a brain. Now let me tell you, this framework and this strategy, it works in everything. The moment you're wondering, what do I start? How do I start? Always use this framework. Even in some tasks you want, sometimes you want to do something, you're like, I need to do step one, two, action one, two, three, four, five before I can get a result. Use this framework. Dump everything. Which one action do I take now that would be a priority task that would take care of the other things? That if I do it now, every other thing, you know that I've really done something, and to take care of every other sector. And then what tiny step to take? Very, very important. Now, I know that is just one step, the action to take. Now you have a goal. You have a tiny action you can take, because a goal without an action is just a dream. It's just wishful thinking. But now that you have an action, you have picked a tiny action you will start. I want to say congratulations to you. You are doing very, very well. And now this is another thing you want to look at now. Because this clarity session, I said it's a session preceding the goal crushing and execution masterclass, which I've already been talking about. But this is one thing I want you to know, that with this action now, sometimes you need support. Sometimes you need, of course, what I want to do with that small step is to do what I hope is something you can do consistently. That's why I said it's a tiny step that you can do every day. Some people, because they want customer, they say, okay, I will DM people every single day, maybe 10 people, or I will do this, or I will even start talking about my business. Let me start with so people. You can say, okay, I will list out the number of people I will talk to, every single day I will do this, a tiny action. So I'm glad you've already picked that tiny action. However, I know, see, I've been there. There is this part of, eh, am I sure that this thing I'm doing is making sense? And that one of the major things that make people not have clarity, don't be consistent. One is the fact that they are not clear on their goals. Now you're clear on your goals. Number two, again, is that sometimes you have self-doubt. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. You now have an action you want to go with. Don't let self-doubt, don't let self-doubt deny you or rob you of what you've decided to do. However, I understand that sometimes being in the midst of people like-minded, like people like you, can help with accountability and with consistency. And based on that, if you already have a tiny win, see, of course, I also believe that most of you are in the group, in the WhatsApp group. But if you're not in the WhatsApp group, maybe I will still drop it by the end of this stream. I will drop it in the comment section so that you can click on it to join the group. One is that I would have to say I'm thinking of doing a little something extra, like giving a 1 week for those who are. I believe everyone in this show already have a tiny step, and if you want a form of accountability now, I do have an inner circle, and it's called the Consistency and Accountability Inner Circle. Actually, it should launch normally in March, and you will get to be informed. It will launch normally in March. However, I wanted to start a better BETA stroke founders, um what's it called now, give people to have an opportunity to experience it before the main launch, and you can be part of it. But one thing I want to do for you now is I want to give you a 1 week accountability. I want to tell you something, that if you've been in other accountability groups before, you will know this kind of pressure they put on you. I am not going to put pressure on you. Let me just tell you. Because most of the time when you put pressure on people, they run away. I'm not saying that I'm thinking of giving a 1 week accountability session. Why? I'm giving that 1 week accountability to keep you on that momentum, of that tiny action. Usually self-doubt will creep in. But when you have accountability, you tend to, remain consistent. So I'm going to do that. So if you're interested, let me know. Are you interested? I'm also doing that. I'm going to give you that accountability for free. Though the inner circle itself is a paid monthly subscription um group. It's a paid monthly subscription group, inner circle, where you get to we allow you to get that tiny actions you can do every day. You have weekly anchors where you're able to be charged and told, how to go about your crushing your goals. Even sometimes you can have like 90 days goal crushing or goal executing plans on a particular goal. Good thing about the inner circle is that you don't it's your choice. You can renew every month. You can say, okay, after 1 month, I just need accountability for 1 month now. I'm done with it. And you can always leave anytime, but it's actually a monthly subscription thing, and you will get to know when it is open. The better of founding session we actually start on in February, but it will be launched to the public in March. Meanwhile, for your tiny step for the goal you have chosen, I am willing to give you 1 week of accountability. That's just to keep you in that momentum. Because when the momentum has kicked off, I want to be able to, so that you can, because my methods are not, most people don't use my methods in keeping goals, in executing goals. But this framework I've given you has given you, one, a goal to work with, two, the action to take. So this accountability I'm giving you for 1 week is also free for those who are interested. Okay, I say I'm interested. Fine. You have a 1 week accountability group that is free. After then, you decide if you want to join the inner circles, because the inner circle, even though you might want to join, it's still going to be by application. It's by application. But of course, I'm going to be giving preference to people that I'm working with that I know already understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, I'm interested. Yes, I'll drop more details in the WhatsApp group. That's for the 1 week accountability. That's actually should be in the group so that you can have your accountability there. I'll drop a voice note there and tell you how we'll go about it. But just for 1 week, just for 1 week. After then, those who are interested in the inner circle can always join the inner circle as founding members. One of the benefits of being a founding member is that one, you will get it at a more discounted, in fact, a very, very discounted rate, almost like 70% discount there about a very discounted rate. One, two, of course, things get to work the way you really want them to work. But one thing I can assure you with the consistency and accountability in yourself is that you will be consistent without pressure, without burnout. I've joined accountability groups before that when you join, they'll put you under pressure. You do. Then after you finish 30 days accountability and or challenge, you now break down, you fall sick. You don't want to do, you now see that you don't even have the energy to continue. But for someone like me that is an expert in helping people to beat procrastination, to be able to be consistent, I can't use such method because it's not sustainable. So you're going to be seeing accountability the sustainable way. For those who joins the accountability group that is attached to this webinar, for example, this our session. If you're joining the 1 week free accountability group, fine and good. I think maybe you may even have a feel of what it's like. Well, it's not exactly the same thing, but I'm going to keep you accountable because I want to see you win. But this is one thing you're going to do for me. When you get to the group, I want you to share what you have learned. Share what you have learned. Share this particular focus. What hit you most? Oh, I've gotten clarity now. Oh, I've been confused. I didn't know how to go about this here. This is what I because of this focus and because of this goal clarity session, I was able to get this. I was able to get that, and now I am working on this. That is my only criteria for joining the 1 week accountability group. Okay, no, it's not the only criteria. The second criteria is that I see that you already have an action plan. That's small tiny step I said you should take. Yes. So those two things, then I'll know that at least you have followed this. You have something we are holding you accountable for. We have something we're trying to make sure. You see this 2026. Oh no, your life must turn around. Bottom line, your life must turn around, and there is no see. It's something that gives me joy. I like to boast and be happy when I see people that I work with come out very fine. So that is that. Did we have a great time? I said it's a 60-minute session, and I'm keeping to my time. I have like 3 minutes more. Yes, but if you have questions, you can drop it. I would answer them now. You can drop them in the comment section here. And also tell me did you have a good time? Did you pick something? Did Was it worth it? Maybe that's what I should ask. Was it worth attending this session? You get something. I know people pay for this. Sometimes I do paid for people one-on-one. Yes, one-on-one will go through it and all that. Like, but I something because it's the same framework. Same framework. Just sometimes I might have to go more thorough. Of course, the goal crushing masterclass is still on. I did an advertisement for it. Maybe I'll drop the link. Now the goal crushing. Now this where the difference between the goal crushing is this. In the goal crushing masterclass, it's a paid one. No. Oh, thank you so much. Gabby said yes, it was worth it. I'm happy to hear this. I'm happy to hear this. See, and I know even I knew it's going to be worth it, but it's good to hear that at least I was able to communicate it, properly. The goal crushing masterclass is still on. Actually, I started talking about it before this clarity session came up because I realized, oh, if you're going to tell people how to crush goals and they don't even have clarity, it's still not, I don't like people to drop their money for something that they did not get. I've been victim of such things. So sometimes the thing peppers me. I don't like when people cannot get value for money. I'm somebody, one of my mantra is to give and give beyond whatever the person's bring. So sometimes when I do something, people are like, ah, why are you doing this thing free? I love to see people have a change of life. Yes. And I don't like money to be the reason why, person couldn't have it. So I will drop the link. I don't know if you're all in the WhatsApp group. I think, oh God, I don't know. Maybe I'll drop it in the comment section after this, so you can see. Actually, I already decided after this, those that didn't register before this, what's it called? Before this focus, before this it's focus, what's more of focus, but I call it goal clarity and focus session. I already said that they're going to pay even something much more. But I guess I'll just change my mind. I'll allow things to still be more or less, So, but it is, I'll drop the link to the goal crushing masterclass. So, okay, I was trying to say what you get in the goal crushing masterclass if you join. Now, in the goal crushing masterclass, like I said, no obligation. Nobody, see, I don't pressure people to join, but I know that what I do works. But if you want to join the goal crushing masterclass, what we're going to have there this time, you came out with a tiny action that you can start now, right? We are now going to look at your goal holistically and give you a roadmap. That's my plan. A 90 days execution plan. So that you know that in 90 days, you know what to come up with. But of course, you have a dream of what you want in the next 90 days. But how do you go about it? I'm going to be explaining everything. I don't like just teaching. My stuffs are usually practical. By the time you're done with any of my sessions, any of my master class, you are going out with knowing who you are, knowing what to do and how to do it. So not this one now, you have gone up with a clear goal, something you can start with, at least that'll stop the whole confusion for your brain, and you start moving forward. But with this, I'll give you a 90-day execution plan where you'll be able to have your goals clean and clear. Clean and clear. You. Anyway, let me not talk too much. I'll drop the link. Anyone who wants to, like I said, is paid. That one is paid. And for the accountability group, the 1 week accountability group is still part of this program. It is free for you to join, really, as long as you have your what's it called? As long as you have your tiny action and you give me your testimonial. I want either a video or a written testimonial about this particular session that we had. Those two things are the only criteria I demand. If you have not subscribed to this channel, subscribe, because I always drop content that will build you, help you focus, help you stay consistent, help you beat procrastination, and crush your goals effectively. We are done for today. Any question? Gabby, thank you so much. Michael, Samuel, Dotsu, Dazzling Signatures. I want to say thank you so much for being here. I enjoyed myself. I'm glad, most importantly, that you left here with something amazing. You can drop your comments in the WhatsApp. I think it's open, it's not locked. And the link still be on the comments immediately after this, because I'm not with my phone here. So now, cheers to success. I delight in seeing and making your dreams come true. And there's nothing you can do about it. I love you all. Bye. Okay, you saying bye to me? Okay.